The most realest piece of information and or advice that a man has ever given was that if he's a man telling you about another man, believe him.
And another thing, ladies, stop taking relationship advice from women. Like, I know I'm technically giving you advice right now, but if you like men, do not take advice from women. Ask your brother, ask your father, ask your guy friends, and actually listen to them because they're different. Like, that post that I just made that's going viral is liked mostly by men, co signed mostly by men. There are women arguing that it's not true. Like, I have a lot of men in my life. I know this to be the case for most men. So, yeah.
Men won't tell you this, but I will. I was a madam for 5 years. My client list is over 10,000 names. I got to know a lot of these men by becoming their confidant when I booked their appointment. And here's the harsh truth. A man, he will never be afraid to hurt your feelings. In fact, he will have no problems hurting your feelings in the future if it suits his objective. What do I mean by this? The man you get in the beginning is not the same man you get in the end. The man you get in the beginning, that guy wants to win you and keep you, and he's going to do the things necessary and behave the way he should to reach those objectives. The guy you get in the end, that guy no longer needs you. He probably has somebody else. He's trying to protect his financial interests. That guy is capable of hurting you. He doesn't even care that he hurt you. You're going to be sitting there one day saying, how did he change? He didn't change. His objectives changed, and so did his behavior accordingly. He was always capable of those things. So how do you protect yourself? Have a contingency plan to make sure you are always okay. And when you discuss it with your man, and he says, you're right, because I care about you and I want to make sure that you are always okay because I understand things can get ugly at times. That's the guy who's less inclined to behave badly. The guys who say, if you trusted me, you shouldn't need this, that guy is unrealistic about what the future looks like 10, 15, 20 years from now. That guy is also gaslighting you and himself about who he actually is and what he is capable of. Leave me a comment below if this resonated.
Part 14 of things my father taught me about men. I'm back, bitches. Never chase a man. He told me that a woman who chases a man looks like a loser, which leads me to number 2. My dad was always like, Kim, you best know that if a guy likes you, you're gonna know. And if you're confused, it's because he doesn't care enough to give you certainty for whatever reason. And he said, never choose the guy who confuses you because down the line, it's only going to get worse. He's like, if you think this is fun at the beginning when he's confusing you, like you have no idea what he's like in a relationship. So my dad basically always told me, choose the guy who's sure about you, who gives you certainty, who's stable, who knows what he wants, who's secure about him and his life. The thing my dad taught me is, even though he was always like, men are providers, and my dad's such a provider in his energy, he always taught me that women should have their own hobbies, their own passions, their own projects. They know how to make their own money. He said, never ever depend on a man for money. Like, a woman should always be able to have her own skills, her own money, that if she's ever unhappy or if the man is not a good man or for whatever the reason, she's able to leave him. Next thing my dad taught me is to have an abundance mindset around men. He was just like, there's always men, there's plenty of fish in the sea. Not in the sense that like people are replaceable, but in a sense of just women should just be in abundance. Like, so many women walk around being like, this was the only love of my life, this is the only good man out there. And my dad was like, no, there's so many people. Another thing my dad taught me is that if a man ever ends a relationship with you for whatever reason, like if a man's ever like, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore, to never fight, to never beg, and to just be like, okay. He said, never ever beg a man to stay in your life. He said, if a man doesn't want to be with you, that's on him. That's his decision. You're not here to convince him, and you just go. I'm running out of time. Let me know if you guys want another part.
Things I learned about men from men. I was at my first big girl job, and a guy in the mailroom told me, you don't know a man until you have dated him for a full year. Men can fake, but they can't fake anymore after a year. After a year, that mask slips. That was probably in 2010. So now, 2026, I'm going to say about 6 months. It takes a shorter time for their mask to slip these days. I don't know. They're a little bit more emotional. My dad told me don't ever wait on a man. If he says he's coming to see you, you go on about your day. I remember I had my first boyfriend. I was 16 years old. His name was Vic. And he was in college and I was still in high school. And he kept saying he was going to come see me. He was going to come see me. So I was just moping around the house, sitting around waiting for him all day. He ain't never come. Come to find out he was cheating. But that makes sense. But he told me, my dad told me, as he gave me his credit card to go online shopping, you never wait on a man ever. You go on about your day. If you're pretty successful and smart, men will try to get you pregnant. They will try to get you. My OBGYN told me this, and he was a guy. He said, they're going to keep trying you, and they're not going to stop. He said, you need to get on birth control now, because they will keep trying to get you pregnant. So they will just try to get you pregnant. My guy cousin told me, if you ever think or feel like a man is going to do something violent to you, assume the worst. Literally assume the worst thing that could ever happen to you and assume he will do that. Because I remember I told him, I was like, no, he didn't really seem too intimidating. He was like, always assume that a man is going to do the most violent thing to you, no matter who, what, how long you've known him. Assume he's going to be extremely violent, and that's how you fight back. Strength doesn't matter as long as adrenaline is in play. If it comes to a life or death situation and you're in your fight or flight and you have to fight, just because he's a man does not mean strength matters. Adrenaline will give you superhuman strength and abilities. Fight that man as hard as you can. I think everyone knows this, but never let somebody who takes you get you to a second location. If a man successfully takes you, do not let him get you to a second location, because 9 times out of 10 you will not make it out of that second location. Don't let men play fight with you. They're testing you. Even if it comes up, they're testing you. They're seeing how hard you hit. They're seeing if you will fight back, or saying if you will, that's what don't let them play fight with you. Don't hit them as hard as you can from the shoulders. If he seems a little off when you first meet him, then he's off. Don't try to warm up to him. Don't let him try to show you who he is. Don't think you're overreacting. If you're something in your body, if you get butterflies or something like that, you're just like, oh my God, I haven't dated in a while. It's your nervous system. That's a warning sign. Something's wrong. We've been conditioned as women to think that butterflies means like, oh, I like him so much. No, something's wrong. Your fight or flight is activating for a reason. Your body can tell something about that individual that you cannot. If you all are doing the thing and it's getting good and you get nauseous after, your body's rejecting him, babe. Your body's rejecting him. If you get nauseous after it's done, your body's rejecting him. Your body does not like that person.
Let's talk about things my dad taught me about men while I get ready for grad school. My dad was like the ultimate bachelor before he met my mom. Now he has 3 daughters. Talk about karma, but he has taught me so much valuable wisdom about men, about how to have self-worth. The first thing he taught me is never stop your life for a man. He said that if a man in my life ever makes me feel like I have to stop seeing my friends or stop pursuing my purpose or my passions or doing things that I love, then that's the wrong man. Second thing he taught me is to never be the placeholder woman. He told me that if a man doesn't feel ready in his life, whether that's financially, physically, emotionally, mentally, for whatever the reason, then that man will find a woman to like be his placeholder woman, which is essentially he will use her energy to like siphon it and build himself up. And then he said that as soon as he feels more stable or like ready, then he'll just replace her with the woman that he actually wanted but he didn't feel ready for. So he said to never be that woman, and if a man is unsure about you or leaving you confused, to just walk away. The second thing he taught me is that men are very simple creatures, and he told me that I just need to look at men's actions. Like he said, if you need to choose between believing men's words or men's actions, always believe their actions. The third thing he taught me is never apologize for having standards as a woman. He said that a woman's standards, even if guys act like weird about them sometimes, they actually respect that woman more for like saying no and knowing her worth and having boundaries. And he said that basically any guy who ever tells you that your standards are too high, it's because he can't meet them. He said that there will always be a guy out there who will. Number 4, he said that you need to make men work for it, and not like in a sense where you're playing games, but he just said that you shouldn't just give all your energy, all your time away to a man that you just met, because you don't actually know him, and you need to let that man prove over a period of time, like, why he's there. And he said that the guy who actually respects you and has pure intentions for you is not gonna mind waiting or being more patient. And if a guy ever like pressures you to get in bed or any of that, it's just because he doesn't actually like have interest in you. And number 5, he told me to never date a man who's in a lower state of consciousness than me, meaning like don't date guys who you're ahead of in life, financially, emotionally, mentally. He said that a guy needs to match your level of growth. I'm running out of time. Let me know if you guys want a part 2.
These are 4 pieces of advice that my very Dominican dad gave me about men. All of it turned out to be true. I'm about to save you a lot of money in therapy bills. My dad would always say is, if a man does not love his mother, he will never love you or respect you. And that is 100% accurate. As someone who is still in therapy over a man who did not love their mother, and the man took all of his mommy issues out on me, I highly recommend that you listen to that advice. Man is truly in love with you. His goal will be to make your life easier. And that is 100%. Now that I feel like I'm in my first very loving and healthy relationship, I actually see this. My boyfriend literally goes out of his way to do things that he knows will de-stress me, make my life easier, make my family's life easier. And my dad continues to do this. He's been with my mom for 50 years. He continues to try to make her life. Never be too friendly with men. They take it the wrong way. And I thought that was BS until I was in my 20s and I used to get my mail delivered at this place. So I would go often and I would often see this guy and we would talk, we were friendly. It was completely friendly in my opinion. But to him, he pictured us having this whole romance. He pictured us like getting married. It was very weird. He became very stalkerish. And in the end, my dad was right. So a man will say anything to get into your pants. I think we all know that is 100% accurate. 100% accurate. But if you want more tips from my dad,
things I've learned about men from men. If you make direct eye contact with a man on the street and you feel like he's being sketchy or he's being weird, if you look him directly in your face and don't break eye contact, don't even blink, he's less likely to attack you. I was watching a documentary on people who do violent sexual assaults to women and children, and they were like, the women who looked them directly in their face were women that they thought would probably fight back. So if you look someone directly in their face, I've tried this a couple of times, especially at work, where men think they're going to be intimidating or whatever the case may be, and I look them directly in their face, straight up, what's up? They walk away each time. Just because he's kind to you doesn't mean he's not dangerous. Some of the nicest, kindest men you will meet will be very dangerous men, and they use that charm, they use their kindness, they use their personalities to lure you in. The only time I was sexually attacked by someone was because I trusted him. I trusted that individual, and I known him for over 10 years. And he ended up trying something the minute I was incapacitated. The nicest, kindest men will hurt you if they're giving the time, opportunity. Men don't break up with you. Some do. But men don't break up with you. They make you break up with them. They know what they're doing. They know they're being annoying. They know they haven't taken that trash out. They know they haven't washed them dishes you told them to wash. They know they didn't hang up that flat screen. They know that you know he been with Jessica 3 days out the week, and that's why he keep coming home at 5 a.m. He's trying to make you leave, babe. He will never leave you. Some of them do. This can go for women too, but when y'all break up, he already got something. He probably been had something. He probably been scanning her out, looking for her, doing the background checks, making sure she going to be a good follow-up to you after y'all relationship. He already got somebody, babe. A bird in the hand is better than no bird at all. Men will always have somebody. Now, if they like them or love them, they probably really love you, but just, if you're not dealing with them no more, or you're not putting up with his stuff, or you finally get tired, or you finally leave, he gonna have somebody. Men know women don't like other women. Men know women are very jealous. Men know women compete with each other. They know they compete over relationships. They know they compete over these marriages that y'all keep putting on pedestals. Men know that, and they will use that against you. So when he's over there, I don't know why you listening to her. She ain't never like you anyway. Every time she came over our house, she was mugging, talking about where you get this, where you get that. I don't know why you listening to her. I don't know why you listening to them DMs. I seen them the other day and they was talking mad about you. Whatever the case may be, like whatever he's going to try to put you against the other woman. He's going to be like, well, you know, so-and-so told me that you used to talk to so-and-so and so-and-so. They just putting y'all against each other. That's it. Now you over here like, well, why so-and-so talking about you hurting me? Da-da-da. Like, men just don't think women should have standards. So no matter what your standards are, they're always going to be too high. Your standard could be have a car with 4 wheels. He's going to be like, well, man, I only got 3 tires. I could only afford 3 tires in a rim. Your standards going to be too high because they don't think women should have standards. You should just be happy that a man is one giving you attention and is accepting you because they choose marriage and you choose. Girl, it's ridiculous. They don't think you should have any standards, any self-worth. They think you should take what you should get. And don't, God forbid, if you just a little overweight or they don't think you're physically attractive. They just think you should go outside and date dirt.
Was at my friend's house the other day, and it was 2 of his guy friends over there, and they're spitting game, and there's like 3 things that he said that really stuck with me. The first one he said was, all men know that most women don't uphold the standards that they set for themselves. I said, oh. He said, yeah, we know that. We know that. That's why we can get away with things 1, 2, 3, 4 times, and we can say we're going to do better, we're going to change, and never really change or half implement the change because we know that you don't uphold the standards that you set for yourself. I said, oh, okay. So just know they're aware, right? They're aware. Men know when they got a weak bitch, right? Men know. That's 1. 2, he said, a lot of women settle. And we know that. Women will settle. They'll say, I want someone who's honest and loyal. But I'll lie to you and you'll still accept me because you don't believe that you'll get both of what it is that you're asking for, what it is that you're desiring from a relationship. So because I'm loyal, but a liar, you'll take me. He said, as a man, I will never settle. I could see a woman and say, that's a wife, but she's not my wife because she doesn't check off my checklist. I'm not settling for nothing. And he said, and that's why, he said, truthfully, I feel like men have higher standards than women because at the end of the day, men are the one who are choosing to be in the relationships, right? Men are the one who got to get out on one knee. I don't know about y'all. I ain't getting out on no knee for no guy. No guy. And he said, my standards will never shift or sway. And I have the ability to walk away if you're not serving me. And I know how to do it fast. He said, if there's anything I've learned in the dating life is get the interview process, wrap it up, ask all your questions and really, really vet that interview process like that. Because the longer you say, and he said, we're humans, we're physiological beings. So we grow more connected via connection. Right? Like we grow more connected based off of the proximity that we experience with each other. So think about that one guy, right? That you knew really wasn't your match, but you kept him around. And then you ended up kind of fucking with him. And then you started dating him. And then you like 2 years into the relationship, like, how the fuck did I get here? Like, wait, what? It's because you didn't cut that connection off like that when you sensed the misalignment. He said, but as a man, if I sense misalignment, you got to go because you're not my wife. I'm looking for my wife. I say, yo. And then he said, he gave some analogy. I'm probably going to butcher it, but like, use your common sense to kind of get what I'm getting at. He goes, if I walk into a car dealership and negotiate this car for 60% off and they take it, why would I offer to pay for the whole car or something like that? And he was basically like saying how men, like when women want men to show up fully after they've accepted half of them, it's never going to work because the man knows that you'll accept 60%. You'll take him in, you'll feed him, you'll fuck him. You'll accept him at 60%. So why would he ever give you more if he knows that you'll accept 60%? And he said, and that's what a lot of women deal with. But because women don't honor the same standards that they had, women don't hold the standards that they set for themselves, and they settle, they'll deal with the man that gives them 60% because they believe that that's all they can get. And then when that man finds his wife, because no man that actually is dealing with a woman who he wants to make his wife is giving them 60%. So that's why y'all be confused. Like when you be in a relationship for 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 years, and then y'all break up and then he gets married in the next year. It's because that's really his wife. He was just comfortable. He was still searching. He never fully settled with you. He might have got comfortable with you, but he didn't settle. You settled and got comfortable. That's why you're shocked. He was still looking for his wife, but he still wanted to get fucked though. He still wanted good food. He still wanted a place to stay, maybe, right? That's why he was with you until he found his wife. I said, oh, and like the whole time he was talking at first, I was kind of like, the audacity of you. But no, like, yeah, men are super fucking audacious, really audacious. Because the way he was speaking, he was really like, why would I give you 100 if you won't take 60? Like, it was dead ass, just kind of like, shrug, and what? And we were all sitting there like, wow, everything makes sense. Because a lot of us women get manipulated by men. Like, we're really going up against some manipulators. It's just the fact that, like, us women operate different from men. Physiologically, biology. Like, it's an interesting world we live in. But the more you know, it was very interesting to me. Oh, no, wait, sorry. This is the best one. How could I forget that? He said, this rewired my brain as well. He brought up the idea and the concept of problems and solving problems, right? And men, if you present a problem to a man, right, you perceive something to be a problem and he doesn't take the actions to solve said problem, he doesn't care or believe that it's a problem. Because men are problem solvers by nature. No man is going to be comfortable knowing that there's a problem, especially between him and someone he wants to make his wife. He's not going to be comfortable with it. Men are problem solvers by nature, he said. So he gave the example. He said, you think you're doing a one-up by not talking to him, going ghost, and he not reaching out to you. He doesn't think it's a problem that you guys aren't talking. That's why he's not solving it by texting you. I say, yo, this nigga is a prophet. He's a prophet. He's making sense. And it was pissing me off because it was making sense. Does it make sense, though? Men are very simple and straightforward. Also, again, like I've been telling y'all, he said if you're confused at any duration, at any point of the relationship with him, it's intentional. He said men are hunters by nature. They're hunters by nature. If they want you, they will come take you. If they want you, they will come take you. So all that, if he wanted to, he would trope. He said, I'm not gonna lie, bro. Like, I've never seen a woman I wanted and didn't go for it. Like, at least tried. Like, us as women have created so many myths to make ourselves comfortable and complacent with their bullshit. But like, nah, just take the inaction as action. Like, he don't want you. And it's that simple. Stay vigilant, ladies. Act like y'all know this is your show. And as always, it's your girl Mo. So let's go. Love you. Hope this found you well. Sorry, this is the last time I keep doing it because I kept forgetting. But like, as I was watching it, I remembered. He also said, memorable quote of the night, the point of manipulation is for the other person not to know it's happening to them. Out of his mouth. All right. These men know what the fuck they're doing. They just bank on you not knowing. Word for word, bar for bar. The point of manipulation is for the other person to not know they're being manipulated. You're being manipulated. These men are manipulators. Grade A, level 1. They're raised to be manipulators, in fact. Stay fucking